Oh, goodness me. Hello, I'm Alan Gray and welcome to Get Gardening, and these are some of my goodness me's. This peculiar chap here is, it really does make you laugh, doesn't it? It's a gourd and it's called El Tromboncino, and that's a trombone-like. But the Italians don't grow it to be this size, but only the English do that, and they do it for ornamental purposes. The Italians eat it when it's probably about 6 inches long, and it's quite curly in shape. But this is what it matures into, and some of them go twisted and curly, and they're quite interesting to make, to use as winter decoration. And that's all we use this one for. And here we have another pretty squash. This is an edible squash. I don't know its name. It could be Arthur. But anyway, it's got green and yellow stripes, and it's a really pretty thing. Now that's been in the bowl in my back hall all winter, as has this chap, which is a lovely eating variety called Crown Prince. But look at that colour. Isn't that the most wonderful colour you've ever seen? It's almost sort of duck egg blue stroke turquoise. I love it. And it's got a sort of hint of grey in there too. But the most colourful one of all, of course, is this. It's called Turk's turban, and it's called Turk's turban because it resembles a turban shape that Turkish gentlemen wear. But isn't it lovely? Now, this time of the year, you're starting to think about sowing seeds of these. I don't sow seeds of squashes and gourds until at least May the 1st, because they'll have plenty of time to carry on growing, and they like to be growing outside when the nights are quite warm. So if we sow them on May the 1st, under the shelter of cold glass, because that would be enough just to keep them warm enough, and then we'll plant them out in the garden, say at the beginning of June. Hopefully by then the nights will be warm enough to suit their tastes. But I'm not going to go out and buy a packet of seed, because I've saved these, and these gourds and squashes are my seed packets. I'll show you what I mean. I'm going to take a very, very sharp knife. Need to be fairly tough about this. Bear with me.
Don't lose a finger.
There you are. Now just look at that. Absolutely cram-packed full of seeds. I'm going to take these out and I run them under a cold tap and just wash them to get rid of the pulp that's surrounding them. Then I'll just dry them off naturally, lay them on some dry newspaper on a windowsill, perhaps in the kitchen where it's nice and warm, just let them dry off, and then keep them until you need to sow them. When you sow them, a little tip about sowing squashes is you sow them on the edge. Don't sow them flat, sow them on the edge, because the root comes out and the shoot comes up, and it makes it easier for that to happen. Not all the seeds will be viable, but most of them will. And if you buy a packet of seed, you'll probably get, what have I got, 7 seeds here? You might get 7, you might get 10 if you're lucky, seeds in a packet. Cost-wise, well, there's going to be a minimum cost of £2, probably nearer 4. But just look what I've got here for the price of a squash. All those seeds at virtually no money at all. And believe it or not, you won't need more than 3 plants of this. They take up an awful lot of room, they need an awful lot of water, and if you've got a compost heap, that's the ideal place for growing squash. Grow gourds in the garden because they can be ornamental. And if you're growing El Tromboncino, try it over an arch, because this is what we did with this one. That grows a nice straight gourd like this, because it's tied to the arch as it grows and it hangs down. Good luck with that. Red stripe and the Hello.